Hello everybody and welcome to this exclusive LoveIntoBlender subscribers tutorial. So in this video I want to show you the difference between the specular mask and adding a normal map or a bump map to the glossy shader. Okay, so first I have in here two planes and an emitter, which is a plane which is an emitter object with a strength of 5, so that would be the light, so we can see those planes. Okay, so this plane has just a simple shader with a diffuse and a glossy combined, and an image texture, and the normal map is not yet connected. And this one has the same shaders, just with a bump map in here, which is not connected as well. Okay, so I'm gonna switch to rendered so you can see at any step what we are doing. And we just have the diffuse now, a little bit of glossy, and I'm gonna add the normal map, and you will see the difference between the normal map and the bump map first. Okay, so I'll add an image texture and I will open bump map that I have prepared. So it's this one, the normal map. So open that, switch this to non-color data, and I'm gonna connect that and put it in here on the diffuse for the moment. And that will be the normal map. The strength I'll just leave it at 1 so you can see better the difference between those two. Okay, so that will be the default value. Okay, so I'll open the same normal map in here, non-color data, and this will be the bump. Okay, so if this is added just to the diffuse, you can see pretty much the difference yet, but I'm gonna add it to the glossy as well, and now you can see the difference between the normal map and bump map. Alright, so here on the left is the normal map and on the right is the bump map, and as you can see there's quite a bit of difference between those two. The normal map in here is smoother than the bump map, and also the bump map only acts on one direction on the height of the object. So if the value is lower, like 0.01 in here, and let's say 0.1 in here, if the value is lower, the bump map is a lot more noticeable than the normal map. But if the value is high, you can actually see the difference between those two, and the bump map is a lot more noisier. As you can see in here, it has some ugly white spots in here, like dots and stuff like that, and it just doesn't look nice. So I just need to lower that quite a bit so it should look nice. But I think that the bump map, the normal map looks a lot nicer than the bump map. And yeah, so as you can see, this is the difference between those two, because the normal map acts on 3 directions, not only on the height as the bump map. Okay, so now I'm just gonna duplicate these two planes, make 4 out of them, and I'm gonna make an individual material for each object. So I'll press this button in here which says 2 to make a different material for this object and a different material for this object as well. Alright, so I'm gonna turn back the rendered view, and now I'm gonna start with this one. So let's just cut that line in there and add another image texture, which is going to be our specular mask. Okay, so let's open this. I have prepared the specular mask as well, which is this one, spec, and I will put this one in here at the factor value of the mix shader. Okay, so I'll do the same thing in here, add an image texture, the spec, put this in here and unlink this one. Okay, so now you can see the difference between the specular mask and adding a map, bump or normal map to the glossy shader. The ones on the top are the ones with the normal map and bump map applied to the glossy shader, and the ones on the bottom are with the specular mask. So in this particular case, I find it that the specular mask is not okay. It doesn't look alright, and normal map applied to the glossy shader is the best result. Okay, so not adding a specular mask is actually useful because you have one texture less and the rendering is faster, I guess. I haven't actually made a test about that, but theoretically that should be the case. And now if I add an RGB curve in here and lower this, you can see that the specularity of that object lowers down, but it still doesn't look alright, and the normal map is still the best result. So yeah, just think about this, just adding a normal map to the glossy shader instead of the specular mask, and probably it will look nicer in some cases. Okay, so this is all for today. See you next time with the next tutorial. Thank you for watching and have a good day.